Good day, my dear learners. Welcome to our class. This is Ma'am Cherish Libanyas, your science teacher. Are you excited to learn new things today? Great! This video lesson I made is perfect for you. So here are the objectives that you need to attain after watching this video. Number 1, differentiate between weather and climate. Number 2, identify the factors affecting climate. Number 3, explain how the different factors affect the climate of an area. So what are you waiting for, my dear learners? Find a comfortable place, bring paper and pen with you, and most importantly, keep on watching! When you plan to go to a picnic or go to the beach, what are the things that you consider? Alright, most probably, you're going to consider the time, the place, the budget, and of course, the weather. So why is it important to consider the weather when planning to go out? Does weather affect your daily routine? Definitely. Weather affects your day-to-day activities. When you look outside and the sun is shining brightly, therefore, it is a sunny day. You can go to the beach, your mother can do the laundry, and the children can play too. So how about climate? As you watch this video, you are going to learn more about weather and climate. Keep on watching! Let's have the factors affecting weather and climate. So there are 5. Let us start with the temperature. Temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of a place. It is affected by solar radiation reaching the Earth's surface. We can measure temperature by means of thermometer. Alright, the next factor affecting climate is the air pressure. Do you know what air pressure means? Air pressure is the force caused by the weight of air in Earth's surface. Areas with high temperatures have lower air pressure. The air becomes thinner or less dense. When a center of low pressure develops with a system of high pressure area, then this is a signal of a stormy weather. Next, amount of precipitation. The amount of precipitation is in form of droplets of water like drizzle, shower, or downpour. Sometimes it is a solidified water like snow, ice, and hail. Amount of precipitation is measured by a rain gauge. Wind speed and direction. Wind is the movement of air in the atmosphere. Air moves from an area of high pressure to that of a low pressure. Wind that blows over bodies of water are cooler and moist, while wind that travels over land masses is warmer and dry. Last one is humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. Dry air has low humidity, while moist air has high humidity. High humidity of the air makes us sweat a lot. If we are talking about the factors affecting the climate of an area, there are 3 main factors to be considered. Let us start with the latitude. Latitude is the distance from north or the south of the equator. It is an imaginary line parallel to the equator. Based on latitude, the climates of the world are classified into 3 types. So what are they? First, the polar climate or the frigid zone. It is located at the north and south poles of the equator. Then, the temperate climate or temperate zone. This is found in the areas away from the equator. Then lastly, the tropical climate or torrid zone. It is located at the low latitude located near the equator. You will notice that as Earth is tilted on its axis at an angle of 23.5 degrees, as the sun's rays strikes, different part of the Earth receive different amount of solar radiation. Since energy from the sun reaches Earth's surface at lower angle and travels through a thicker layer of the atmosphere than at the equator, it is expected that the climate is cooler. Philippines is located near the equator, so we are a tropical country. Another factor affecting the climate of an area is the ocean current and bodies of water. The climate of a place is influenced by the bodies of water near it. Take note of this, class. The farther the place into the bodies of water, the extreme the climate it has. Why? It is because there is no immediate bodies of water that will circulate the movement of cold air and warm air. Last factor that affects the climate of an area is the altitude. Altitude refers to the height above sea level. Areas that are high elevations have lower average temperature than areas at low lands. Take a look at this table. In Baguio City, the altitude above sea level is 1,457 meters, and its annual average temperature is 16 degrees Celsius. In Manila, the altitude is 10 meters above sea level, and its annual average temperature is 28 degrees Celsius. In Tacloban, the elevation is 20 meters above sea level. Its annual average temperature is 29.4 degrees Celsius. While in Tagaytay, the altitude or the elevation above sea level is 640 meters, and the annual average temperature is 22.7 degrees Celsius. Temperatures in mountainous regions are much lower than those in lowlands. Why? When a warm and moist air mass rise up the side of a mountain from the lowlands, it is lifted to heights where it cools. Altitude of a place affects weather and climate. That is why Baguio City is visited even during summer. Okay, my dear learners, let's have a short activity. This is entitled Whether or Not. You are going to determine if the picture shown represents a weather or a climate. Very good. The answer for number 1 is climate. The man in the picture looks worried, for it is the start of the winter season and it will take quite long. Excellent! The answer is weather. The children are enjoying playing in the rain. Very nice! The answer for number 3 is climate. The place is so much affected by extreme drought. The plants are almost withered. That's right. The answer is weather. It is a windy day indeed, and it is a perfect time to fly a kite. So let's come now to the next activity. I'll be showing you a short video clip. Get your pen and jot down the ideas you will gain while watching. Stay tuned!
Could it be a nicer day for a hike? I don't know what you're bringing all that stuff for.
Hey, you never know when the weather's gonna change. Gotta be prepared.
RJ, it's like the sunniest day so far this summer. No way it's gonna rain.
Right now it's sunny, but I'm telling you, weather is the condition of the outside air or atmosphere at a particular time and place. It can change quickly. Ever hear of braving the elements?
I think so.
Well, it means the elements of weather. Air temperature, air pressure, humidity, wind, clouds and fog, and precipitation like rain, snow, and hail, those are all elements of weather.
RJ, I really don't think the weather's gonna change right now.
Oh yeah? I'm willing to bet you that 2 elements of weather are about to change as we hike up this hill.
I'll take that bet. What's gonna change in 5 minutes?
How about temperature and air pressure? Even though it's sunny, the temperature of the air can still change. As we hike up the hill, it's going to get cooler because we'll be at a higher altitude or elevation. The higher we go, the cooler the air is and the higher the air pressure.
How much cooler can it get?
Well, this hill isn't very high, so it won't get much colder. But if we were hiking something like Mount Everest, we'd be talking about seriously freezing temperatures.
Whoa. So the higher we climb, the colder the air temperature?
Yep, and as we climb, it's going to get windier too. Cool air is heavier than warm air, and it sinks. As it sinks, it gets warmer. Warm air rises back up again. When air sinks and rises like that, it causes winds. The higher we hike, the cooler and heavier the air is, and the faster it sinks.
And the faster air sinks, the faster the wind blows?
You got it.
So it gets a little cold and my hair gets messed up. I can handle it.
Okay, then what if it rains?
Rain? The climate is very nice today.
Sam, climate has to do with the usual kind of weather in a certain place over time, not on a particular day. Check it out. There are different climate zones all over the world. The main differences between each climate zone are precipitation and temperature, and those 2 things make the plant and animal life of each climate different. Climate is the overall weather pattern of those 2 elements in a certain area over time.
So weather changes day to day, but climate has to do with the big picture. And the weather today is picture perfect.
It is a warm, sunny day, but this heat means more moisture is being evaporated into the warm air. As that warm air rises higher, it cools, and that moisture turns back into droplets of water. When that happens, clouds form.
But clouds can't hurt us. They're big, fluffy puffs of air.
They're big, fluffy puffs of cold air, ready to burst with rain.
You seem to know a lot about the weather today, RJ. Did you watch the weather on the news or something?
I always check the weather. That weather guy is called a meteorologist, and his job is really important. Meteorologists study weather patterns to try to predict future weather.
Who needs a meteorologist when I have you?
I think I felt a drop.
Did not? Come on. You have to be kidding.
What'd I tell you?
You told me, all right.
Alright, the video has ended. Can you give me some concepts you have listed? Great job, learners! Your answers tells about factors affecting weather and climate. It is really important to be familiar with these factors, especially now that we are battling COVID-19 pandemic. It is very hesitating to go out and go to places if we are not properly guarded. Just like RJ in the video, who brought an umbrella to prepare for the rain, we need to avoid bad weather conditions in order to get rid of diseases. Stay safe, everyone! So again, what are the factors that affects weather and climate? Going back to the activity a while ago, weather describes the condition of the outside air at a certain time and a certain place. Many factors contributes to the changes of weather, such as temperature, air pressure, wind, precipitation, and humidity. Climate, on the other hand, is the general pattern of weather in a certain area over a long period of time. The climate of an area is influenced by altitude, latitude, ocean currents, and bodies of water. Why is it important to know these factors? Correct! It is a must to determine these factors in order for us to be aware and be prepared whatever the situation is. Remember, ligtas ang may alam. Based from the activity, you can determine the difference between weather and climate by just observing what is happening on your surroundings. Same thing when you want to know the factors that influence them both. So, what food do you want to eat during rainy days? How about during summer? Okay, during rainy days, most of us are staying inside the house while eating foods like champorado, soup, or goto. While during summer, we prefer to eat cold foods like ice candy, ice cream, and halo-halo. Most of us are outside enjoying the heat of the sun. Some of us are going to the beach or on a picnic. So, what about the clothes you choose to wear? Does it something to do with the weather or the climate? Exactly. The influence of weather and climate on the lifestyle and activities of people is very observable. The choice of foods, the clothes we are wearing are mainly influenced by this too. Okay class, let's check your understanding. Draw a smiling sun if the statement is right and a cloud if the statement is wrong. Are you ready? Alright, let us start. Number 1. Weather is the state of the atmosphere over a long period of time. If you draw a cloud, then you are correct. Number 2. Weather and climate are just the same. If you draw a cloud, you are correct. Number 3. The lower the altitude, the higher the temperature. If you draw a sun, you are correct. Number 4. Many people are going to the beach during rainy days. If you draw a cloud, you are correct. Number 5. Temperature is one of the factors that affects weather of a certain place. If you draw a sun, you are correct. Number 6. Climate is a general pattern of weather over a long period of time. If you draw a sun, you are correct. Last one, number 7. Baguio City is a highly elevated place. That is why tourists doesn't want to go there during summer. If you draw a cloud, you are correct. So how are you, my dear learners? We are on the last part of my video lesson. Thank you for staying. So, this is your assignment. Yes, I'm giving you an assignment. Get your pen and paper and jot it down. Read pages 205 and 206 of your science module and answer the following questions. Number 1. What is climate change? Is it real? Is it man-made? Or is it a natural occurrence? Number 2. Why do we experience climate change? And number 3. What can you do to prevent climate change? Did you gain something from this video lesson? I hope you did.